Welcome to Police Case Files, your front row seat to the front lines of law enforcement. From high-speed pursuits and intense body cam footage to split-second standoffs, we bring you the raw reality of the streets. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and step behind the yellow tape. This is where the real stories unfold. An officer stands near the rear of a vehicle, questioning two individuals and calmly asking if they have any weapons on them. But in a split second, the atmosphere shifts from calm cooperation to absolute chaos. A suspect suddenly flees on foot, forcing the officer to give chase into the dark. The foot pursuit is short, but incredibly violent. As the officer runs down the dark pavement, commands to stop are cut short by a sudden burst of gunfire. Squealing in pain, the officer is struck and collapses to the ground. The body cam tumbles, capturing the shattered reflections of glass on the pavement as a handgun lies just inches away. Desperate and hyperventilating, she manages to key her radio to broadcast the terrifying words. Shots fired. Moments later, the sound of sprinting footsteps signals the arrival of backup. A fellow officer rushes to her side, frantically assessing her wounds. She directs him to her leg, where she has been shot. Working under extreme pressure, the backup officer immediately begins applying a life-saving tourniquet. Despite the intense pain, the wounded officer remains focused, grabbing a radio to clearly dictate her exact coordinates to dispatch.
And Flamingo, the University Gardens. I'm going to be on the north side right when you enter.
What is supposed to be an ordinary day inside a retail store instantly takes a terrifying turn as public safety is put to the test. Law enforcement officers enter a Walmart following a distress call, quickly finding themselves face-to-face with a young man holding a green baseball bat near the front entrance. The suspect is highly agitated, pacing erratically near the shopping carts as bystanders look on in fear. The atmosphere grows increasingly hostile as the suspect actively confronts a store employee, raising his hand and gesturing aggressively. Sensing the imminent danger, the responding officer draws his service weapon and begins barking loud, authoritative orders to drop the weapon. Rather than complying, the suspect completely disregards the officer's commands, turning his back and walking deeper into the checkout lanes with the bat still firmly in his grip. A female bystander screams in panic as the standoff moves further into the store. Despite multiple clear warnings to drop the bat, the suspect keeps moving, forcing another officer to deploy a non-lethal taser. The electrical charge strikes the suspect, immediately neutralizing the threat and sending him collapsing directly onto the polished floor. With the suspect subdued on the ground, officers move in rapidly to secure the scene. They quickly move the baseball bat away from his reach, keeping a watchful eye as they check him for other weapons. The officers work in tandem to roll the suspect onto his stomach and pull his hands behind his back, continuously directing him to stop resisting as they finalize the arrest and prepare to administer medical care.
Get a knife? Yeah, I got one. Give me your hand. Grab this hand.
Yep. Hey, get lethal real quick.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand, man. Give me your hand. Stop fighting, man. Just give me your hand.
Dude, they're trying to hit him right now.
A dynamic response to a local disturbance quickly spirals into an intense close-quarters confrontation. Body cam footage shows officers approaching a brick home, immediately stepping onto the porch when they perceive a critical threat inside. Peering through the front entryway, the primary officer draws his firearm and launches into a series of loud, frantic commands, demanding to see the suspect's hands. The situation takes an immediate turn for the worse as screams echo through the living room. An officer fires a barrage of shots directly into the home, aiming toward a suspect seen near the center of the room. Amidst the chaos, the primary officer is hit, groaning loudly in absolute pain as he collapses backward onto the porch floor. Despite being shot, the officer maintains his defensive stance, keeping his weapon raised toward the open doorway to hold his line. His partner quickly coordinates medical care over the radio, screaming that an officer is down while trying to maintain control of the chaotic scene. The intense standoff continues to highlight the unpredictable and volatile nature of domestic response operations.
Ow! Fuck!
An early evening patrol in a quiet neighborhood transforms instantly into an intense, chaotic scene when a simple inquiry results in a dangerous encounter. Officers from the La Habra Police Department stop to speak with a young man standing in a covered entryway. While he appears relatively calm and answers their simple questions about the parked vehicles.
Hi. How's it going? Good. What's going on here?
I'm just seeing somebody right now.
Okay, are you associated with these cars?
No.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
The mood changes as the officer transitions back toward the sidewalk. As the officer walks along the passenger side of a parked vehicle, the suspect draws a weapon and fires a succession of shots. The body cam footage goes dark and spins violently as the officer is struck and falls to the ground behind the sedan. Groaning in pain, he struggles to access his communication devices, coughing repeatedly as the reality of the situation hits. A fellow officer arrives within seconds, kneeling over her partner to locate the wound and check his vitals. While attempting to comfort him, she radios for urgent backup, indicating that the suspect is down, but that an officer has been wounded and needs immediate medical assistance.
Drop the gun now! Suspect, drop the gun! Suspect, drop the gun or I'll shoot you again! Drop the gun or I will shoot you again!
Ground units arrive, with an officer drawing her service weapon and taking cover behind a vehicle while screaming instructions at the suspect to drop the gun, even with additional support on site. The tension remains incredibly high as they struggle to manage the wounded officer while tracking the suspect, despite the immediate risk of a secondary threat.
Where you shot at? Where's he shot at? Where's he shot at? Hey, nowhere. Nowhere. Where you shot at? What?
She's okay. She's okay. She's our
Hey,
caller.
get him out of here. Where's he shot at? Where's he shot?
In the chest.
Where?
He said in the chest.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Hey, he's still got the gun. I can't look.
Relax. Hey, get him. Let's get him out. Get him out. Help me drag him out. Hey, you two drag him out.
Hi. How's it going? Good. What's going on here?
The scene demonstrates how quickly police coordinate in dangerous situations to prioritize life-saving care.
Well, they'll get you in a sec, okay?
A high-stakes police pursuit through residential neighborhoods reaches a chaotic conclusion on a busy city street. Dashcam footage shows Seattle police cruisers trailing a suspect driving a white SUV. Despite multiple sirens wailing, the driver continues to squeeze through tight blocks and navigate intersections in a bid to avoid capture. The chase finally comes to a halt when the suspect tries to cut through a row of traffic, only to get boxed in and surrounded by responding cruisers. Officers immediately exit their vehicles with weapons drawn, yelling for the occupants to show their hands. One officer scales the hood of a cruiser to maintain a tactical point of advantage over the suspect's vehicle. With multiple units enclosing the vehicle, officers command the driver to drop his keys and exit. A search reveals that the suspects were traveling with an extensive collection of high-powered rifles and handguns. A regular response call transforms instantly into an intense, chaotic situation under the evening sky. Officers arrive at a Motel 6 location following reports of an active disturbance. Knocking on the door of a ground-floor room, the primary officer encounters a man inside and calmly requests that he show his hands. The suspect initially steps near the doorframe, but remains defensive as a woman inside attempts to de-escalate the gathering police presence. The tension deepens as the suspect openly challenges the officers, admitting to having multiple weapons nearby. The primary officer maintains a defensive position, continuously instructing the suspect to put the gun down and step out safely. Backing up behind a parked vehicle to establish cover, the officer uses clear, empathetic dialogue, trying to assure the suspect that nobody wants to hurt him and reminding him of his own family in a desperate attempt to gain compliance.
Get her back, more cars. Put the gun. No, I'm not. If you come out unarmed, how can I believe you? I give you my word, sir. I have a body camera that's recorded audio and visually, sir. I don't want to hurt you. Hold on, back for all the other units. His room is the second room from the southwest. Come around the north to the south. I promise you, sir, I do not want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody. Please come out unarmed. Yeah, I don't care about your warrant. I don't care about your warrants. I care about your safety and my safety. So please come out unarmed, sir. Okay? I give you my word. I've got a wife and 3 kids, man.
Rather than surrendering, the suspect completely shatters the dialogue. He abruptly leans out of the doorway and launches a sudden, aggressive barrage of gunfire directly at the police line.
Todd, you good? Todd, you good?
Ground units immediately return a volley of shots to neutralize the threat. Caught in the sudden crossfire, the primary officer takes cover behind the sedan, managing his location and keeping a watchful eye on the doorway as backup positions themselves to handle the dynamic situation.
Subject's been hit. I believe I've been struck as well in the foot. I need EMS here. Subject is not in custody yet. Todd, are you good? I'm good. Is she good? Wife and 3 kids, man. It's the last thing I want to do. Okay, please come out. Todd, you good? Todd, you good?
A high-stakes encounter at a gas station quickly turns into a major tactical response. Officers arrive at a Sinclair station, immediately drawing their weapons as they spot a suspect with a gun near the front entrance. Intense, rapid orders echo across the pavement as they scream for the suspect to put his hands up. The standoff reaches a dangerous climax when the non-compliant suspect enters the station's convenience store. Officers surround the storefront glass, screaming for him to drop the gun. Rather than surrendering, the suspect is seen struggling inside, prompting an officer to fire several shots through the window glass to neutralize the threat. The glass shatters as the suspect drops his weapon inside the store. Seeking to secure the scene, officers approach the doors, constantly directing the suspect to stay back and avoid reaching for the gun. They breach the glass doors to physically extract and secure him, establishing a perimeter to keep onlookers back. Inside the store, multiple units move quickly to check on bystanders and make sure there are no remaining threats. A dynamic recovery team locates the suspect's firearm near the front counter, while other officers begin to coordinate the scene's post-incident logistics. Even as additional response teams arrive, the scene highlights the complex tactical environments officers must manage to keep the public safe. An afternoon response to a high-speed vehicle tracking ends on a pedestrian overpass. Officers from the Houston Police Department exit their cruiser to engage with a suspect fleeing on foot. Giving chase up a set of concrete steps, an officer commands the suspect to stop before escalating to clear warnings to put his hands up.
Stop! Stop! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
The pursuit breaks onto a long, fenced walkway directly over a busy multi-lane highway. Rather than complying, the suspect creates an immediate threat, prompting the responding officer to discharge her weapon and neutralize him. The suspect falls directly onto the concrete deck, bringing the chase to a sudden halt.
Hey, tell us, we already did, right?
Already did.
We got shots fired. We're getting 1 right now.
Ground units immediately move to secure the area, rolling the suspect onto his back and applying handcuffs to remove any potential danger. Recognizing the severity of the injury, multiple backup officers arrive on the walkway. The primary officer states over her radio that a suspect has been shot in the head, requesting immediate support from the Houston Fire Department. As officers wait for specialized emergency medical services, they work in tandem to evaluate the suspect's vitals. Discovering that he is still breathing, they request Narcan and ask for gloves to address the wound.
All right, we're gonna roll him on his back real quickly.
While a chaotic stream of traffic moves below, an officer kneels beside the suspect to apply direct pressure to the head injury, stabilizing him as much as possible until higher-level medical care can arrive.
Oh, he's bleeding from the head. What is that? Anyone have an extra pair of gloves? No. All right, I'm gonna apply pressure to his head one.
A neighborhood response call quickly turns into an intense standoff on a quiet residential street. Officers from the Oklahoma City Police Department arrive at a home, immediately drawing their firearms as they encounter a non-compliant suspect in a yard between two parked vehicles. Loud, definitive orders echo through the area as officers demand that the suspect drop a knife he is holding. The tension escalates drastically as the suspect continues to ignore the instructions, pacing erratically near a gray SUV. A nearby woman attempts to intervene, shouting desperately in Spanish for him to listen.
Drop the knife! Sergio, te van a tirar. No! Hey, Sergio, no queremos lastimarte. Sergio, no te queremos lastimar. Get in your car! Get in your car! Taser! Hey, tase him again.
While officers also make attempts to reason with him, stating that they do not want to hurt him. Despite the chaotic pleas, the suspect remains combative and refuses to comply. An officer attempts to deploy a taser to minimize the threat, but it fails to subdue the suspect. Instead, the confrontation reaches a critical tipping point when the suspect brandishes the knife and begins advancing toward the officers. Faced with an immediate threat, multiple officers discharge their service weapons, striking the suspect and bringing the dangerous encounter to a sudden halt on the grass.
Hey, we're gonna get you some help, okay?
A dynamic confrontation unfolds on a busy city street corner as an officer spots a suspect walking with a pointed object. Believing the item to be a dangerous tool or pick, the officer immediately draws his weapon and issues loud, firm demands to drop it.
Drop the pen! Drop the pen right now! Facing westbound 1600 Island.
Rather than cooperating, the non-compliant suspect begins running away into the street, forcing the officer to chase after her. As the foot pursuit escalates, the suspect turns and continues running while keeping the pointed object in her right hand. Faced with a potential threat, the primary officer discharges his firearm twice toward the fleeing suspect. However, the initial shots do not cause an immediate reaction, and the suspect continues to move. The situation takes an unexpected turn as a backup supervisor drives closer to the suspect to cut off her path. Looking more closely at the scene, the officer realizes that the item in the suspect's hand is not a deadly weapon, but a pen. The primary officer immediately transitions away from his firearm, drawing his taser instead to handle the suspect safely. With multiple units arriving on scene, the officer deploys his taser, sending the suspect falling face first onto the asphalt. Despite being hit, she manages to yank out the taser prongs and tries to stand back up. Officers instantly move in to pin her down, keeping their tasers drawn and repeatedly commanding her to drop the pen until they can safely secure her wrists in handcuffs. A multi-agency pursuit quickly spirals into an intense dynamic standoff in the middle of a quiet residential community.
Oh, this should be a bad 31, bad 31, bad 31.
Dashcam footage from the Ohio State Highway Patrol captures the high-speed pursuit as a silver SUV weaves through streets, eventually crashing heavily at a busy intersection.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
The suspect immediately breaches the vehicle's door and flees on foot, prompting an immediate tactical pursuit into the surrounding neighborhoods. The pursuit moves quickly through residential backyards, where ground units collaborate to establish a tight perimeter.
Either goes east or...
Alright, we're traveling southbound through the golf course, coming up to Progress Park Drive. We are on the golf course. Agency TV, look at you said he got into a silver van. They don't know who he does not look wounded. It is a silver van. It is a black male. We are continuing southbound through Fox 10 Golf Course.
It's gonna come out on there.
We're going to be going a little bit eastbound on this golf course through the neighborhood. The neighborhood looks like it's Merwood Place. Merwood Place.
Might be easier.
We're going to be coming out onto Merwood Place near Turnberry Trail.
Cutting through the grass, approximately 2907. They were up through the grass, deboarding a car.
Officers track the suspect through several residential properties, maintaining a defensive posture with service weapons and non-lethal equipment drawn. Despite loud, clear instructions to get on the ground, the non-compliant suspect continues his attempt to evade. The intense chase finally comes to a sudden halt on a residential lawn where an officer uses a non-lethal taser to neutralize the suspect. The suspect collapses face first onto the grass, allowing multiple backing units to close the distance. Officers rapidly converge on the suspect, pins his arms behind his back, and applies handcuffs to safely resolve the dangerous multi-unit pursuit.
I got him! Check it, stop the move. Got his hand. Right here. Put cuffs on the right.
An officer breaks the driver's side window of a silver sedan, commanding the individual to stay put. However, the driver immediately puts the vehicle in reverse, slamming into a civilian truck and a trailing cruiser as the tires squeal and smoke billows up from the road. The suspect aggressively maneuvers out of the trap, accelerating directly onto a multi-lane highway to evade capture. The dashcam captures the intense multi-unit pursuit as cruisers maintain close proximity.
Shots fired. Any officers been hit?
Yeah, they're just gonna need to get your information real quick.
What starts as a search for information inside an apartment unit quickly takes an incredibly dangerous turn. Officers stand in a hallway, casually questioning a resident about how long he has been in the area. The tone is relaxed and professional as they wait for him to get his wallet, but the atmosphere completely shatters within a heartbeat.
Dude, stop! Drop the knife! Drop
the suspect suddenly reaches into a dark area, prompting the primary officer to grab his arms and shout a warning to his partners that the man is reaching. In the chaotic physical scuffle that follows, the suspect resists arrest.
You guys have been here in Bakersfield for 2 years? 3? The 818 area code, what part of it? Is it San Fernando Valley? Okay. Yeah, they're just gonna need to get your information real quick. You got your wallet.
And a high-stakes struggle breaks out that spills out of the apartment entryway and onto the concrete patio. Amidst the dark, fast-paced scuffle, the primary officer frantically calls out that the suspect has a knife. He releases a volley of shots to neutralize the immediate threat, sending the suspect tumbling down onto the dirt. The camera angle spins wildly, capturing the dark environment as the suspect groans from the impact. With the suspect down, the officers quickly take a defensive stance, keeping their weapons trained on him while delivering additional commands.
Drop the knife, David! David, we want to help you. Just drop the knife.
Yeah, they're just gonna need to get your...
They order the suspect to drop the knife and remain still as they wait for more backup. The chaotic scene shows the dangerous close-quarters situations officers face when a routine field encounter turns into an assault. An ordinary afternoon deployment instantly fractures into public chaos on a tight residential street. Bodycam footage captures an officer confronting a non-compliant suspect on the front steps of a row house.
Put the knife down now! Put the knife down now! Put the knife down now! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Man, back up! Man!
Screaming with intense authority, the officer repeatedly demands that the suspect drop a knife, but the individual ignores instructions, descending the steps and advancing toward the street line.
No. Put the knife down! Shot fired. Stop!
The situation reaches a violent tipping point as the suspect moves into the road, entirely unbothered by the drawn firearms. Amid screaming bystanders and nearby traffic, an officer fires a sudden succession of shots, striking the suspect. The individual collapses directly onto the asphalt, sending a wave of panic through the surrounding crowd.
Drop the weapon! Sam 6 mil is a knife. Down! Put it down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Man, move! Put the knife down! Get him! Put the knife down! Shoot him! Move! Put the knife down! Shots fired. Stop!
The scene descends into immediate emotional turmoil as local residents crowd around the downed individual. Multiple onlookers react with intense grief and anger, confronting the responding officers who attempt to manage the perimeter. Despite the rising hostility and chaotic shouting, officers maintain their focus, calling for urgent emergency medical services while trying to balance safety and life-saving first aid in a heavily tense urban setting. A nighttime patrol takes a sudden, violent turn when a simple welfare check dissolves into an armed standoff. Officers move through the courtyard of an apartment building, scanning the area with their flashlights. As they ascend a set of outdoor metal stairs, the calm is shattered by successive gunshots echoing through the night.
Put it down. Put it down. Put it. Put it. Stop up. Get up. Hey, call it out. Call it out. Hey. Hey. Come down. Come down.
I'm not trying to shoot. I ain't gonna
Come down.
I don't have nothing on me, bro.
Come down.
That's me, bro. That's me. That's me. I just got shot.
Come down.
Yeah, no, I ain't shoot you, bro. I ain't shoot you, bro.
You almost hit me.
Bro.
You almost hit me.
Bro, you picked up that.
The primary officer, gun drawn, continues up the stairwell toward the upper landing. Reaching the top, he locates a man sitting in a chair, holding a firearm. The officer unleashes a barrage of intense commands, screaming at the suspect to put the weapon down. The suspect refuses to comply, forcing the officer to unleash a burst of return fire that sends the suspect tumbling backward onto the concrete deck.
Come on, you good, you good, you good, you good. Calm down.
Bro, I'm talking to you, bro. I can't do
Hey, tell him. Hey, him.
36 EMS code 3. This suspect claims he's been shot.
The suspect screams out in pain from his injuries, but the danger remains high as he refuses to crawl down the stairs. A second officer on the scene recognizes the suspect, establishing a sudden and deeply personal dialogue to de-escalate the tension. He assures the wounded suspect that they mean him no harm, urging him to crawl down to the landing so they can safely administer medical aid. The suspect eventually crawls down the steps, bleeding heavily but conscious. As the officer handles the suspect, he locates a handgun concealed on the man's person. Even as they move to secure the scene, the suspect desperately claims that he was only acting in self-defense against other individuals who had targeted him first.
Walk down. I got you. Walk down. You know I ain't gonna do you nothing. Walk down.
I understand that. Walk down.
Just step here. Just step in and put your hands on the wall, man. What was you thinking about?
Bro.
What was you thinking about, bro?
Somebody just came outside with their gun.
Bro, turn around.
You can see with the cops.
Hey, you got some gloves in your car?
I didn't even
Yeah,
see
but I don't
y'all.
need
I didn't see y'all till y'all shot
Just
me,
come here,
bro.
man. Come here. Come here.
I just seen two come shoot at me, bro.
Who?
I don't know who it was. This is in the nighttime. I just seen them with their gun there talking. I just see.
That's the only gun you got on you?
Only one I got on, bro.
An afternoon response to an emergency call quickly transitions into a high-stakes pursuit through a residential neighborhood. San Diego police officers arrive at an apartment complex following a report of an assault, immediately locating a suspect, matching the description in the courtyard. Wearing a red shirt and a hat, the man is seen holding a long cane, prompting the officer to immediately issue loud, clear commands to drop the object.
That's okay. He's about to get tased. He doesn't drop the cane. Just drop it. Drop the cane. We got a call you're hitting somebody with that. That's the call we got. So drop it and tell us your side of the story or you're going to be under arrest.
I'm not dropping.
Drop the cane. There you go. Turn around. Right now you're being detained. You understand that? Yes, you are. Hey,
I'm not being detained. I'm not being detained, homie.
Don't do it. Now you're under arrest. Don't do it. Oh, he's got a knife. He's got a knife. Stay lethal. Stay lethal.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
The tension escalates as a woman steps between the officer and the suspect, trying to intervene. The officer repeatedly warns her to step back, explaining that the suspect faces deployment of a taser if he does not comply. After multiple intense demands, the suspect finally drops the cane, but the cooperation ends there. When informed he is being detained, the man flatly rejects the officer's authority and begins walking away.
Stop reaching. He's reaching. Stop.
The situation takes a dangerous turn when the suspect suddenly tears off a hairpiece, turns around, and brandishes a knife. In response to the immediate threat, an officer deploys a taser, sending the suspect to the ground. However, the electrical charge fails to incapacitate him. He quickly scrambles back to his feet and flees, triggering a frantic foot chase through the narrow walkways of the apartment complex. Air support tracks the suspect from above as he weaves between buildings, ignoring desperate orders to stop reaching into his waistband. Breaking through a perimeter gate, the suspect runs directly onto a public roadway. Ground units quickly converge, tracking him down the middle of the street before launching a synchronized physical tackle to bring him to the pavement. Even on the ground, the struggle is far from over. Multiple officers pile on, fighting to control the suspect's arms as he actively resists being handcuffed. The chaotic scuffle lasts for several grueling minutes, with officers delivering commands and utilizing compliance techniques until they finally secure the man in cuffs, bringing the dangerous pursuit to an end.
What was the address they gave you? Southbrook. He's walking westbound towards Brookhaven.
Westbound towards Brookhaven.
There's 3 officers, 97, still uncooperative.
Still uncooperative.
Plan 40 Sam, I'm coasting.
K9 is code.
Ashley,
are you available for flyover? We can report to the westbound.
I'm diverting to that call.
Able to cover now, middle of the intersection, Brookhaven and South Meadowbrook.
A knock on a door signals the beginning of a confrontation that escalates in a matter of minutes. Officers from the Bakersfield Police Department approach an apartment on an elevated walkway, preparing to make contact with the residents inside. A female officer steps forward and knocks firmly on the red door, announcing their presence.
Bakersfield Police Department! Come in.
When the door swings open, the officers step into the living room, immediately encountering a man who appears resistant to their presence. As a dog barks loudly in the background, officers notice the suspect holding an object. They issue several direct commands for him to put it down.
My daughter's dog,
Sir. 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 Put the pen down.
Little man, can you put the pen down that's in your hand? In your hand? Can you put it down? Please? Put the pen down. Now.
Put some on my fucking drink. Cool. Put the pen down.
Put the pen down.
Huh?
Just put the pen down.
Sir, I won't ask you again. Put the fucking pen down.
Just drop it.
Thank you.
While the suspect initially seems to comply by tossing the item onto a table, he remains defiant and refuses to follow further instructions.
Put the phone down.
Just put the phone down. All right, we just want to talk to you, okay? Just relax.
Don't tense up. Come on.
Relax.
Put the phone down. I didn't do nothing.
Relax.
The atmosphere grows increasingly hostile as the suspect actively resists the officers' attempts to secure him. Despite their warnings, he refuses to cooperate, leading to a physical struggle that spills out onto the wooden balcony. Surrounded by officers, the suspect continues to fight back, ignoring repeated commands to get on the ground and stop resisting.
Hey! Do you want to get fucking tased? Wait, my dog's right there. Do you want to get tased? Hey! Hey!
gonna get tased.
Taser, taser, taser! Hey! 148. Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground! Do you want me to tase again?
With the suspect refusing to comply, an officer deploys a non-lethal taser, but the struggle continues as he continues to thrash on the deck. Multiple backup officers rush to the balcony, creating a chaotic pileup as they try to control his limbs.
Get the fuck up, man! Get the fuck up, man!
Despite the heavy resistance and a woman shouting nearby, the officers maintain their hold, eventually subduing the suspect and placing him in handcuffs to secure the scene.
Release your hands!
Release! Give us your hand! Grab his hand! Let go! Give us your fucking hands! Take me again, you stupid motherfucker! Get your fucking hand out!
I got it. I got one here. One for the
An afternoon response to a high-risk situation places multiple innocent lives in extreme danger.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! What? Get over here! Sit down! Sit down! Good boy! Good boy! All right, get up! Get up! Fucking help me! Yeah. Good boy!
Officers from the Aurora Police Department surround a public transit bus following reports of a domestic violence incident involving an armed individual. Multiple police personnel, accompanied by a K-9 unit, draw their firearms and position themselves around the vehicle's exit as the late afternoon sun beats down on the pavement. A tense standoff unfolds on the bus as passengers frantically scramble for safety. An officer steps into the front doorway, issuing a barrage of commands to a male passenger near the front of the bus, demanding that he step off and raise his hands.
Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Here. Sit down, idiot! Sit down! Hit! Good boy! Good boy! Get up! Yeah, fucking help me! Yep. Good boy! Yep. Boost! Boost! Boost!
Rather than following orders, the suspect remains seated, actively confronting the officer as multiple frightened passengers are trapped just inches away in the confined space. The situation explodes into violence within a matter of seconds as officers try to physically remove the suspect. A chaotic scuffle breaks out at the front entryway as multiple officers move in to subdue the non-compliant man. Amidst the physical struggle, the distinct sound of a taser deployment can be heard, but it fails to immediately bring the situation to an end. The physical struggle takes a dangerous turn as the suspect pulls out a knife. Seeing the immediate threat to his fellow officers, a nearby officer fires a succession of shots into the bus doorway, striking the suspect. The injured man collapses onto the floor of the vehicle, leaving the officers to secure the weapon, clear the remaining passengers, and transition immediately to administering life-saving medical aid.